Greetings everybody, greetings. My name is Alen, and I'm here today. Autumn has kicked in London town, and since the full moon last weekend, lots has been changing, and many of us have been called to enter the inner sanctum, the altar of our temple, to step into our hearts. And this is a very humbling experience. Some people can experience it as going into the valley or going into the bottom of the curve. And this is a time for us to really go into surrender. And it can be really tricky for those people who have addictions, smoking, alcohol or whatever, to try and cover up and try and take away the cushion, if you like. But the truth of the matter is that when we really allow ourselves to go into the inner sanctum without any distraction, then we are met with grace from a place of pure surrender. And I'm here to say that it really feels to me at the moment we're in a place now where we are being encouraged to forgive. Forgiveness, to forgive all that we encounter in our lives, to forgive ourselves, to forgive others, to just allow things to be the way they are without trying to fix them, without trying to make them right or wrong or anything like that. You know, because we often have expectations of family and friends. And, you know, when we're at the bottom of the curve in particular, and when we're about to go through the gates of the heart or into our inner sanctuary, into the altar, or into the valley, whatever term you want to use, then we can become a little bit needy, and we can try and distract ourselves and start looking outside of ourselves and making other people wrong or responsible for us feeling that way, just because we are feeling vulnerable. So it's really important for us to look at our own vulnerability, because this is what's really been summoned: our own vulnerability, our own connection with the God of our own understanding and our inner being. And, you know, and personally, I can struggle with that. I think we all can struggle with that. You know, there's the expansion and contraction. It's the nature of the universe, and it's also the nature of life and the human soul. And I often talk about our expanded self. So it's really important to also talk about our contracted self. Is that necessarily a bad thing? And, you know, we tend to look at contraction when someone contracts or withdraws. But then to take it beyond duality and to actually look at it as part of the natural flux of all aspects of life, our breathing. There's the inhalation and exhalation. The nature of the heart is also a pumping, you know, the flux of the contraction and the expansion. And this is also the nature of the soul. So part of what I am going to be doing now in my next few podcasts is to really start looking and exploring this contracted state, right? And what it really is. And I'm going to introduce a few ideas of what I believe that contraction is. First of all, it feels as if you're going into the valley, and it's always important to recognize as a terrain that the valley has a change, has more of a spectrum of light and shadow. Valleys are the most beautiful places to live. and and it's a place where a variety of ecological states can exist. So you can have a mist that hangs in the valley. You have rivers, you have lakes, you have mountains, and you have caves, and you have a whole menagerie, and you have places of marshy areas as well. These are all metaphors for aspects of the soul. So there's that, but also the contraction is also that part of the heart or part of the soul that holds surrender, forgiveness, where you don't have to do anything, you just simply have to be and allow yourself to be and to feel yourself to be. It really is the most beautiful thing, to really just allow yourself to be in just the way you are, and to be able to say, this is how I am right now. You know, it is like the place of the child. It is the place of rest. You know, that's why some people may feel as if they are depressed, you know, but it's not really that at all. You know, it is a place of rest, it is a place of comfort, and it's a place of surrender. It's a place of allowing, and it's a place of forgiving, to nurture, to rest, for kindness of the heart. Inquire within yourself how it feels for you to be in that place of contraction, and also to mindfully be into that place rather than mindfully avoid that state of contraction. Mindfully sit in there and just allow yourself to experience it as a place unto its own. So you can call upon the gifts, so you can observe the gifts that reside in this space of contraction, the gifts of surrender, the gifts of allowing, to be non-judgmental, to not be fixated on having a result, to just be in that space, to learn to listen to your soul, that part of you that is often camouflaged by the doings, by the rushing around, by achieving, by measuring up, by taking care of everyone else. This is a time for you, a time to be, a time to simply be. And if you allow yourself to be seen, being just the way you are. Part of some of the feelings that I have is that I feel a little spaced out when I'm in this place of the valley or contraction. I feel I lose words in the middle of a conversation. I lose my train of thought completely goes. I feel a little bit of contraction. I feel a little bit of anxiety. I feel a little bit of dread that can come up in the mornings. I'm very much aware that if I have any habits, that they need to fall away there because they just get in the way of what is really coming forward. I feel that this is a time also where I can be really present. My ability to listen to spirit and my peripheral hearing and vision increases, so it's a very alchemical and spiritual place. So, but as I said, you know, it can be difficult navigating in this area because we're encouraged to be on the mountaintop and to stand up proud and expanded. But then what happens when we're in the valley or when we feel this contracted state? So it's also good to have lots of duvet days and just stay in the duvet, under the duvet, and enjoy and pamper yourself and look after you. As we move beyond duality, we move beyond these concepts of expansion and contraction, and just really allow ourselves to go with the flux and to understand the alchemy within each and every extreme, and particularly within the spectrum. so we can become more aware of our own rhythms as human souls. So until the next time, be well. Bye-bye.